The Slim Fast 14-day effect on your New Year's resolution. Day 1, the new year. You want to kick it off with a bang, and you're not just talking about fireworks. Day 14, you're ready to start this year right, looking great and preferably on top.
2 weeks is all it takes to get what you really want. Swap 2 meals a day for Slim Fast protein shakes or bars, get in a 30-minute workout, and stick to a 1,200-calorie diet to lose up to 6 pounds in your first 14 days. Find Slim Fast in a store near you.
You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Cougar Town After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Cougar Town After Show.
Hey there, Cougar Townians, you Cougar Town enthusiasts, Cougar Towns people. It's time for the Cougar Town AFTERBUZZ TV After Show. We're talking about Season 5, Episode 3, Depending on You. I am Matt Lieberman. Joining me on the panel, of course, we have the fantastic and talented Miss Virginia Reyna.
Hey, guys.
And the fantastic and talented Miss Jenna Couture.
Hello.
So, guys, another great, hilarious Cougar Town episode. We're just rolling right along through this season, and I'm just loving every minute of it.
It goes by so fast.
I know.
At the end of it, I was like, did that just end?
I know, because it's so funny. Cougar Town's such an interesting show because it's not structured like any other show I've ever seen. All the stories kind of flow together. It's more like a collection of great moments. It's like when you're at a dinner party, you know, and you kind of drift out of different conversations and eventually things kind of come back. And it's a lot like that, where eventually everyone interacted with Tom's little cul-de-sac model, and, you know, everybody kind of came into Gray's pub at some point in the evening. Like, it just, everything kind of flowed together, and then suddenly you look down and it's like, was that really 22 minutes? Did that really just happen? And yes, it did.
It did.
It did. So the big story this week, we had Jules. Jules.
Jules.
She can't say no to anybody. And we saw she's wearing a brace on her wrist. I guess she's still injured from that car accident last week with Matthew Perry guest starring.
Or maybe it was that huge ring that was on her finger.
Maybe.
For that brief moment.
I know. It's so big, just drags you right down. Yeah, massive ring. So sad to see that ring go.
So sad.
Yeah, that could have been the next member of our cast. It was so big. That is the lamest joke. Don't laugh at that.
No, I love that.
Okay, fine.
I liked it.
Fine, Jenna. You can like it. You can like the joke. So she can't say no to anybody, and we have Jerry and Bonnie. Jerry, who's been on the show before, and they actually even like call stuff back. Last season, there was a little plot where Bobby owed Jerry $6, and they call it back in this episode. And when Grayson's like, "Why are they doing this wedding in Bobby's shipyard?" And they're like, "Well, you know, Bobby owed Jerry $6, and this is how they settled it up." So that was like a cute little callback, and I loved that. I love the fan service on this show. You know, the producers at Cougar Town, I think, are very, very aware that their fan base is pretty hardcore, and that the majority of them have been watching since the very beginning. Mm-hmm. You know, and they just love this show.
Well, and it's always nice when they call back and bring back a good memory of something. You know, just kind of like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
You know?
This season I've been watching all the seasons again. And, there's so many inside jokes and so many things that are specific to Cougar Town that you'd have to watch them all to kind of make sense of every episode. You know?
I don't think it gets the level of credit that it deserves for being so intricate in its design and in the way that they call back jokes. And it was impressive this week. I really enjoyed it. So, Jules, she can't say no to anybody. Jerry and Bonnie show up. Bonnie, super creepy, like Grayson fixation. What's up with that? She's like, she just can't stop staring at him, apparently grabbing at the package.
Seriously, do you have to ask that? It's Grayson.
Yeah, I was
He's
gonna say
freaking
if
hot.
he was here, we'd probably have that problem.
Really? Old dime eyes? I mean, I don't see it.
Dime eyes?
I don't, yeah.
Did you just say dime eyes?
That's what they call him.
In
He's got
reference-
tiny eyes.
Yeah,
No.
but did you see his body?
Yeah.
I've seen him in person. I've at the Blue Dog in Sherman Oaks.
You've
And
seen him?
you weren't
Yeah.
impressed?
Not really. I mean, he seems like a nice guy.
I think we have a hater over here, Jenna.
Yeah.
No,
He
I'm
might
not a
be-
hater. I said
he
he's a
might
nice
be
guy.
One of my favorites. I feel like he's got some really good lines. I don't know. I really like Lori too, though.
Yeah. But Bonnie, I guess a bit over the top.
Yeah.
With her infatuation. I love this couple. They're so weird.
They're so strange.
And they've really hooked onto Jules and Grayson as like these like deep friends, even though they don't know them at all.
And they're okay with anything and everything Jules and him say. They don't care that, you know.
They're just happy to be included.
Yeah.
They're just that like weird kooky couple who just like, you know, when are we going to hang out with our friends again? Well, I mean, we don't really have any way of contacting them, I guess, unless we have a problem with our house. Let's repaint the living room. Yeah, let's repaint the living room, and Jules can help us pick out the colors.
I know. That
But I mean,
was-
we've all had those friends, right?
No, I've definitely had friends like that.
Yeah. I feel like I don't know.
Virginia's looking at me like, Jenna,
Not
you're my
you.
friend.
You're my friend who
you're my
does
friend
that?
that's like that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think everybody, like, I mean, when you're like way younger, you know, and there's someone that you're just like, oh my God, they're the coolest. And if there was just some way I could figure out where we could just hang out for an afternoon, they'd see how great I am and we could be friends, you know? And I feel like that's what they're up to. But they also don't have the wherewithal to be like, so let's just hang out now. Like, we'll be part of the cul-de-sac crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because as soon as they started, you know, trying to have lunch with them, they up and left immediately.
Immediately.
So, and they
Yeah.
didn't pick up on that.
I know. And hey, there was a bunch of spaghetti left
There
on
was a
that
ton
plate.
of food. I'm not the only one. I was looking at that. Maybe I'm hungry.
Me
but I was
too.
looking at all that food. I'm like, wow, it looks like a lot of food right there.
I know. Well, I haven't had good pasta in forever. It just looked good.
I'm going to have to make spaghetti.
It's dinner time here.
Yeah. This is a free podcast, people, talking about spaghetti. Jeez. Okay. I love the running gag of Jules, the words getting around with all of these Girl Scouts that Jules is a pushover, and if you ask her to buy cookies, she'll buy them immediately.
Well, you should buy Girl Scout cookies because they're always adorable. And
Not
the cookies
always.
are so good.
Not all of
I've
them.
seen some pushy Girl Scouts.
Really?
I still bought from them.
They
but
can be jerks.
Well, you can only get them like one time a year. So how do you say no to
One
that?
time only
what
a
if-
year. Great marketing.
I know, but like, what if you're not like, I'm not a huge cookie guy.
At all?
What do you mean you're not a cookie guy?
I'm not a cookie guy.
Are you human?
I am
Are
human.
you a Matt bot?
I'm not a Matt bot. No, I grew up chubby. I was a chubster. Okay. I mean, I still have some extra weight, but like my point is, I gave up, you know, dessert years ago so that I can enjoy the salty treats and like, you know, the cheesesteaks and the pizzas of the world.
I don't understand how men can do that because my husband is the same way. He will let me eat an entire dessert in front of him and he has no interest.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lonely eating dessert alone, too.
It is sad.
Well,
He'll
that's
do
the
a
thing.
bite,
No,
but-
it's people who eat dessert are like smokers. You want people to be in the same
You
boat with you.
do, you
Just come on,
do.
just have a bite. Will you split it with me? I'm like, no, I want to eat. I want to get like a steak. A steak pretty much precludes any dessert. You're not going to do both. That's just irresponsible.
Nah.
All
You
right.
can do both.
Okay.
Just get the petite mignon.
And Matt's like, and I don't want to share my steak, and I'm not going to feel bad if you don't have a steak.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So, you know, Grayson, he's kind of pissed off at Jules. She's not really listening to him. I mean, in classic Jules fashion, she can't say no to I keep wanting to say Bobby, but no, it's Jerry and Bonnie. I keep mixing them together and making it into Bobby. Jerry and Bonnie invite Jules to their wedding, even though she really doesn't know them that well. And, you know, Grayson goes so far as to, like, say no on the RSVP and put it in the mail. And Jules goes into the mailbox, which...
That's surprising to me.
Yeah, goes into the mailbox. And, like, can you imagine getting that RSVP card where you have, like, the check mark in the no box and it's, like, crossed out?
Yeah.
And then you have the one in the yes? I mean, I would be insulted. I guess
I would.
Jerry and Bonnie won't be insulted
They don't
because they're
mind.
just so excited.
Yeah.
Maid of honor and best man. What?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
With no notice.
Zero notice. I love that gag of like, So you've got the rings, right?
Oh, I know. That's yeah.
Just kidding. I got the rings, buddy. Come on.
Get up there.
Also, my buddy Fat Dan's gonna streak through the reception, act surprised. All right. So they're kooky too. They're fun. They can have fun.
They're fun.
Yeah. I loved that Grayson's in a roller hockey league, and it's the finals today, and I was just like, wow, that's just like classic sitcom writing. What are we gonna do? We can't do both, but we'll try.
Right.
It feels like it's taken from like an 80s sitcom or something.
Well, he was. I think that Jules did opt for the wrong thing. She went with strangers.
Yeah,
or,
over her husband.
Over her husband.
That's
messed up.
And she learned her lesson. They had that great toast moment where they're giving toasts.
They did. I loved that. I like that. That was probably my favorite part.
Yeah, it ended sweetly. I loved how Grayson's wound up with mixed messages where he's like, I'm talking about you, Bonnie. And then he's talking to Jules about, I've never been so attracted to you. I'm in love with you. And she's like, I'm in love with you too. And Jerry just kind of sits there and takes it. He's just happy he's involved. Jerry and Bonnie are basically like weaponized Tom. Like, Tom is just there, and he keeps his creepy, quiet into himself. And
he keeps it intact. They are, exposing.
Yeah, their creepy is, venting out every, pore of their body. Instead of he's just kind of, contained creepy. Yeah. So, loved this story, and it was a fun resolution. I'm glad that they worked it out. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, that's that. We had some other stories this week. We had Bobby discovering that dog Travis is a father.
Which they didn't even tell us how they did that.
Right. Because, so we
had to pull that together ourselves.
Yeah. And so it's so we see puppies in the park, in the little wagon, and then in the next scene, Tom is already coming in with DNA results for
Pupternity test.
Pupternity test for a dog that was already, shall we say, snipped, but is apparently still a father. And Tom, hey, he's a doctor. He's a qualified doctor. He makes a good living.
Isn't he a neurosurgeon though?
Yeah.
But he can do pupternity tests for sure.
For
he
sure.
is qualified.
Yeah, he has connections.
Hey, this is Florida, okay? This can happen.
This can happen.
Yeah.
You're right. Thanks for putting it into perspective.
Yeah. And the pup's owner is not friendly at all. Huge douche, wearing a puka shell necklace.
Huge douche.
Yeah, sweaty and large and just mean.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have said the first two things if he wasn't mean. I would say, hey man, he's working on a sweat, and you know what? He's large and in charge. But because he's mean, he gets the other way. Mm-hmm. Okay?
But maybe he was just mean because somebody was trying to steal his puppies. I would probably be mean if someone was trying to steal my puppies.
Well, I would certainly be hurt, but maybe not a dick. But then again, Bobby, it's a bit much. When you first meet Bobby for the first time, he's so genuine and so naive and sweet that on some level he's got to feel fake to you. Do you know what I mean? Like when you meet somebody who's just like a force of nature and is like such a personality that you're just like, are you BSing me right now? Are you trying to pull one over on me? He's saying, okay, so what are we going to do about this puppy situation? I'll have him 3 days a week and on weekends, and you can have him the rest of the time, and blah, blah, blah. And this guy must be doing is this guy homeless? What is this crazy guy talking about with my dogs, man? I don't know. At first, I thought that it was just going to be a crate of puppies on the side of the road, Adopt Me. Mm-hmm. But instead, it's just this guy who just hauls around puppies in a wagon, which makes him even weirder.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. Does he not have a job? Is his job just to pull puppies in a wagon?
I don't know, but he got it served to him by Ellie.
Yes, he did. After serving it to her first. Shocker of the year.
That was a shocker. I was so surprised to see Ellie get put into her place and be absolutely speechless.
Yeah.
She was speechless.
Yeah.
She didn't have anything to say.
And she wore her suit and her heels.
I know.
Which were Louboutins, or at least they looked like Louboutins.
Yeah, they did look like,
Yeah, okay. And you never shut a woman down who's wearing Louboutins.
Hello.
No.
He shut her down, though. He wasn't scared at all.
Yeah. But then she comes back later on, her confidence restored, by Tom's rendering of her in his little model world.
Oh my gosh, no, that was my favorite part. Him, like what Tom really thinks about Ellie when she starts. What did he say when she starts when she starts venting?
Yeah, or I don't remember the exact
the words
phrasing,
that he used, but when he
was
pulled
like
out
evil
that
Ellie.
Angry Ellie.
Angry Ellie.
Angry
yeah.
Ellie is just a huge dragon.
But that was a very impressive model, may I say.
Oh, yeah.
That, I mean, to
But-
really do that would take a ton of time.
Absolutely. And I know it's a reference.
Despite being how creepy it was, come on, we have to give a creepy call out. It was
A little creepy.
super creepy. It's
but
how
still quite
yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Creepy, yet impressive.
Yeah, creepy but impressive. We can call it creepressive. Can we call this a word? Shall we say?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Change approved. Creepressive is
Change
now a
approved.
word. Yes. It's this beautiful to scale model, and it's a safe way for him to let out his fantasies of where he's liked by the whole crew, and he's jacked, and Grayson is like a skinny wimp loser.
It was neat to see. What was his forced perception? Is that the word he
Forced
used?
perspective.
Perspective, yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who at home who don't know forced perspective, like the way that they shot the Lord of the Rings movies to make some of the actors look small, like hobbits, and others look big.
Like how they always make Tom Cruise look so tall?
Yeah, forced perspective. Exactly.
Forced perspective.
Forced
I like it.
perspective.
Like how Tom Cruise is always taller than his co-star? Okay, got it.
Forced perspective. They just have him walk through like walk on apple boxes the whole way through the scene, so he looks taller. Forced perspective.
Or kind of like Katniss. Do you know how much taller she is than Josh Hutcherson? Josh Hutcherson's like,
Oh, yeah,
what?
he's a short
like
guy.
5'6" and she's 5'10", but he always looks about her height.
Oh man, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah, if you see them on the red carpet with Liam Hemsworth, it's just like they tower over him, and he's so cute but little.
Yeah.
Cute, yet little.
He's a little hobbit. He's a nice little hobbit though. All right, I just want to talk really quickly about iTunes, give it a message from our sponsor. We'll jump right back into all the Cougar Town action. Folks, thank you so much for downloading our podcast. We love doing it. We do it every week. Here at AfterBuzz TV, we put out 60-plus shows a week. It's a crazy amount of content, and it's all for the low price of free. What? What is that? Is it's all free content? Crazy. You might be thinking to yourself, you know what? I love downloading AfterBuzz TV podcasts. What could I do to support you guys? Is there like a membership drive? Where can I write a check? No. Slow your roll, Mr. or Mrs. Cougar Town fan. We don't want your money. We just want a little bit of your time. Go to iTunes, slap the show with a rating. We love 5-star ratings. I just, personally, when I go to an establishment or eat something, I want a 5-star thing. And I think that this is a 5-star thing. We put a 5-star effort out, and I think we could get a 5-star review back. Give us a review. Let us know what you think. What are we doing well? What are we not doing well? What would you love to see happen on Cougar Town? Guests you'd love to see here on the show. We want to know your feedback. It's so important. And here's why. It is the only way that iTunes tracks what shows are doing well, what shows aren't doing well. We want to be the #1 Cougar Town show on iTunes. We want to be the #1 show on AfterBuzz TV. I don't think that that's impossible. Cougar Town fans unite. Larmy, unite. We know that you have the power to do it. Now, with any great show, we also have great sponsors. We have a fantastic sponsor in Slim Fast. And do you have anything you want to say about Slim Fast?
I do. So with Slim Fast, 2 weeks is all it takes to get what you really want. In 14 days, the only thing higher than your confidence will be your hemline. This podcast is brought to you by Slim Fast.
Yes. A lot of folks here at AfterBuzz TV using Slim Fast. It's a great product.
I love it. I'm doing it. Slim Fast is our sponsor. I hear it all the time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing it. 2 shakes.
Yeah.
And whatever meal you want. That's so easy peasy. I'm doing
Yeah.
it. I've got a few girlfriends at work. We're going to do it together.
Yeah. They taste great. They're nutritious. Why not?
Yeah.
It's only 2 weeks.
It's only
And
2 weeks.
I really love the ones that are like more fruity that you can freeze and put into it, like
Were
make
you
a
the one telling me
slushy.
about the dreamsicle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's
goodness.
that sounds
Do they
delicious.
have that one?
I don't know if they have it anymore. That was
Weird.
when I did the last time.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
if
Find that.
if they don't, maybe they should reinstate it because
Easy.
that sounds good enough. I'd try it. I'm in. All right. So
2 Slim Fast and then 1 steak. There
yeah,
you go.
there we go.
And then you can have dessert too. Shoot.
Boom. Well,
there you go.
maybe not
Key
for
lime
me.
pie.
Okay, 2 steaks for you then.
Yeah, 2 steaks for me, or like a steak
Steaks
and
and potatoes.
potato, some nice leafy greens. I'm into it. Maybe a juice. I love juicing personally. That's
Ooh,
my
I
thing.
You
do love
do?
juicing.
Oh my god! I made the most side comment really quickly. Made the most amazing juice: cucumber, spinach, persimmon, kiwi.
Persimmon?
Oh my god! Persimmon's the most amazing winter fruit. Love persimmons. You got to try it. It looks like a tomato. Anyway, moving on. It's better for you
What do
than
you
an apple.
juice it in?
In a juicer.
In a juicer or like a bullet or?
We'll talk more about it after the show. This is,
alright,
if someone on Cougar Town juices, we'll have a whole discussion about
Okay.
juicing.
Oh, right.
Okay.
All right. Little coogies, let us know.
Yeah, okay? Get at us. So, we were talking about Tom's model cul-de-sac, how beautiful it was. I loved all the little moments of different characters going in and playing with these dolls. And Jules' little character, he has her at like a jaunty angle, like she's sticking out her hip, like she's like, like a come hither pose. And her shirt is apparently made out of that one dress she really loved, but she can't find anymore. Laughs Tom.
Yeah, you can tell Tom has a long vested crush on her.
Yeah, he can't let go of it.
Can't let go.
The day of her wedding to Grayson was the worst day of his life. He's such a sad guy. I'm like, here's the thing. Like, Tom, as creepy as he is, he's harmless to a degree. I mean, he does tape Grayson and Jules apparently having sex, and Grayson will never find the cameras apparently. So very, very creepy. But he would never like hurt anyone. He would never hurt anyone. He would invade your privacy.
Maybe. What do you think, Virginia? Do you
I
think?
don't know. It's still creepy.
Yeah, but like creepy, but not dangerous. Like that's the thing. I would feel violated if I found out that he was secretly taping me and my husband, or in this case, me and my wife. But he would never hurt anyone, and I just feel bad for him. I just want him to like have some
huge
sense.
sense of I feel bad for Tom.
Yeah, I just want him to have some sense of purpose in life and have some kind of happiness that's not derived from the lives of people who really don't seem to care about him that much.
Well, he is part of the cul-de-sac crew now.
He is, but like it's
think
more like
that
an
was huge.
honorary membership. I mean, they still don't let him
membership?
come inside.
They do.
They
He's
do?
been inside. He's
Okay.
been inside this season.
Okay.
Yeah, they let him come in.
Okay. But they don't like necessarily want him. He just kind of comes in.
Yeah, he's allowed to come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a difference between being invited and being allowed.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that speaks volumes. So he's got all these little dolls, and the Lori doll in particular, I didn't think it looked a ton like Busy Phillips.
Really?
I don't know.
I think it looked a little bit like her, but
Yeah.
I didn't look at it and go, "Oh my gosh, there is so much makeup on this doll."
Right, but like versus some of the other dolls, like the Travis doll looked so much like Dan
The Travis
Bird.
one was accurate.
It was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Andy one was pretty accurate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Lori one, it just kind of looked like a generic Barbie a little bit.
Maybe they were slacking off when they were making hers.
But it's weird because you go to like the toy store and that happens. Like you see dolls that are like exact replicas of people, and then you see ones where
Those
you're
are
like,
the more popular
I
dolls.
kind of see it, but it kind of looks creepy, you
Yeah.
know?
They put more effort there.
But,
But Lori's doll should have been more accurate.
yeah, well, Travis certainly thought that it was accurate. Lori didn't, and she was very insulted that he thought that this doll was an accurate representation.
I know. How typical is that of a girl-boy fight? Mm-hmm. How I was thinking about that during the show. I was like, this is so simple, and we're just the audience watching this fight.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, how quick are, fights to end up like that, where he's like, I didn't mean anything by that, and it turned into this huge deal.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to insult her in any way. He still loves her and thinks that she's attractive in every possible way.
She is beautiful.
Yeah, she just doesn't, she was just kind of stunned to see that that's what she looks like, or that's how people see her with the way that she does her makeup, the way that she dresses. She's a very loud person, but that's, it's part of what makes her special.
Yeah.
She needs to accept that and accept that people love her for who she is.
I love all of her wild makeup. I like that she has
liked
these
her
bright
side
colors.
pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
love
Not
her
many
hair.
women can rock a side pony, but Lori rocks a side pony just fine.
Side pony, amazing.
Adorbs. We love it.
Adorbs.
We love the side pony. Bring it back, people. Bring it back.
I like her light pink lipstick. Not
Yeah.
everybody can rock the light pink lipstick.
Yeah. But she's upset. She takes it a little far. She gets a motorcycle helmet and is like, I'm going to wear this all the time now because apparently you think that I'm atrocious, so I don't want to show you my face. And he's just like, come on, I'm trying to apologize. She won't accept it. And Tom, of course, is like, well, now I need to get a little motorcycle helmet. Thanks a lot. Oh, my God, I totally forgot about the moment where they open the house and Grayson is face down in the tub. And he's like, yeah, I don't know how he would have got there. That's so strange.
So strange.
So weird that he would have committed suicide in the tub.
I know. See? That was a little dark for Cougar Town.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't, like, assault Grayson. He just kind of maybe hopes that one day Grayson is gone.
It's so sad. Those 6-packs should never go anywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
And now we know his secrets, reverse crunches and Pilates.
Oh, I know. Good.
Yeah. We actually haven't seen the actual 6-pack all season, I'd like to just point out.
I know, we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't exist. I don't care if it doesn't.
You don't care if it
Honestly,
doesn't?
I don't care if
You'd
it
rather
doesn't.
have the myth of
I
the
don't
6-pack
care. I don't
than...
care if it's like, you know, those apps where you press it on, you know, like those little press-on apps. Have you seen it?
Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's press-on
I'm
apps.
making a purchase.
It's like a little plastic thing, and then you just press your body up against it for a little while, and then it makes like the cut marks on your...
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
not making that
indentions?
purchase. That's dumb.
It's
Or
funny.
airbrush.
It's
I might as well
Do that
take like
too.
a drying rack from like a dishwasher and
Well,
press it up
yeah,
against...
do it.
No!
ripped.
I don't want...
Insta-rip.
Listen.
You
I
should
don't-
manufacture that one.
No
Put a
man,
patent on that.
no man should be that desperate to be ripped, okay?
Oh,
Listen,
it's funny.
if you're not ripped, women will still love you the way you are, as long as you have a good personality, okay?
Oh, girls love a good personality.
Yeah, and a sense
They
of
do.
humor.
Yeah.
You know, being ripped is just that cherry on top of the dessert that I'd prefer not to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the dessert.
And sometimes if they're too hot, forget it.
If they're too hot, forget it? Mm-hmm. Wait, so you're saying that Grayson is hot but not too hot?
Yeah, I mean, I probably would never ever date Grayson because he's too cute.
Okay.
Yeah, because if they get too cute and they know they're really cute, which Grayson knows he's really cute,
Sure.
it's just
Little
like,
full of
it's
himself.
so much arrogance. And then it's like, hey, is there room for me in here too? Or is it just you and your arrogance? Oh.
No, he's
too much.
He's lost all of the body fat that maybe might have stored, affection and love for another person.
Exactly. There's
It's
more
all
of him to
gone.
love. He should gain some weight.
Yeah, he's cut from glass and glass is sharp, okay? Let's be clear. Don't know if that was a clear metaphor, but I'm going to stick with it. Glass is clear. That means that I'm right.
I'm standing by you.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Travis and Lori realize, okay, we're just having this fight because of Tom's stupid model. So they're like, let's burn it down. We're going to burn it down, people. And they come into the garage, and Tom is having a little scene where he has his Lori and his Travis make up. And it's like really sweet.
I know.
Like she's like, I've been bouncing around, my whole life, foster home to foster home, and like doing my makeup a special way is like the way that I stood out. And little Travis is like, and of course that's why, I love you and I think you're so beautiful. And sometimes I want to see you, natural too. And, they're kind of like taken by this and they kiss, which, okay, I'm just going to say it because we haven't seen them kiss that much. They've only been together a little while. It's still a little weird.
Creepy.
Still weird.
Really?
Yeah.
It freaks me out.
As much as I wanted them to get together in the early seasons, and I'm like, oh, they'd be so perfect together. It's still weird to see them together, knowing the age difference. It's weird to me.
I like it. I mean, I'm sad they haven't had more sex. I'm sad that
Apparently they're having plenty.
Wasn't any sex jokes this time, or was there? Maybe.
Yeah, there was. Tom was about to have her.
Okay,
Doll
Tom and
Lori.
sex jokes that never.
He was
counts.
about to have Doll Lori take her top off, and Doll Lori and Doll Travis were about to get to it. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
doll sex. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Fine, take it. Done.
I'm
taking
not sure if this, if the doll plot is a reference to this, but I feel like it might be, so I'm just going to mention it. There's this weird foreign documentary called Marwin Call, which is about a man who replicated the village that he lived in as a model in a beautiful, to scale model of the entire village with all the people in it, and just spent his life playing with this village. And this isn't the first show to mock Marwin Call, because there was also an episode
How did
of
you
Raising
even hear
Hope.
about this movie?
because when Raising Hope did an episode that was just like this, all of the reviews mentioned Marwin Call. So that's how I found that in the first place. And I'm like, oh my God, Cougar Town's doing Marwin Call. And it's just like, it's cool to see like weird, nerdy stuff pop up and like inspire comedy. You know, it's a really weird, cool documentary. I highly recommend it. What's happening to me? What have you guys done to me? Did you poison my tea? Making me say R's instead of L's. Damn you. What else we got? I mean, I feel like we covered a lot of it. It was a pretty fast episode.
It was. I think we got... Did we get everything?
I think so. I mean...
Oh, wait. Hold on. We forgot to mention. Okay, so Ellie... There was some sex. Ellie...
Oh, yeah. Ellie and Bobby had a quickie.
Bobby?
Or, sorry, Ellie and Andy. Lord.
Andy.
Ellie and Andy have a quickie.
They had sex without a sex coupon.
That's true.
Hooray!
Or without her, like last season when
Like
she...
reading every second
I
of
know.
it.
Or taking an Ambien and letting him do whatever he wanted to her. That was the thing that happened last season. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. Marriage is weird, people.
It's weird when she wants it, though. It was almost uncomfortable.
Well, she was so turned on by being mean again, by being mean and successful.
But you know, that's what I like about this show. Like, not all married couples have the perfect relationship. So it's nice to see.
I would say most don't have a perfect
Yeah.
relationship. Yeah.
But you know, it's good to
On
see.
Facebook, it looks like everybody has a perfect relationship.
Well, this is why I'm not Facebook friends with anyone who's married.
What?
Sorry. No, that's not true.
It's like,
That's not true at all. It's impossible to do that. Unless you're just like a weirdo who's just actively shutting out marriage.
my Facebook is all marriage and babies
Oh, man.
and engagements.
I'm still 25. I have time.
You have lots of time.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
they get more handsome as they get older. Women, we got to kind of like, you know, capture our youth right now and, you know,
Yeah.
try to convince a guy.
Women
at
get a
this
raw
age.
deal. We men, though, it's pretty great. Knowing that I'm only going to get more handsome.
I know,
I'm a
you're
big fan of that.
lucky.
Big
You're
fan
so
of that.
Lucky.
Too lucky, some would say. Some would say too lucky.
Some would say too lucky.
Some would say too lucky. One last thing. Bobby only wanted to have partial custody of these puppies. Now he owns 3 of them. I know. And he,
Bobby with like 4 dogs now.
I know. Dog Travis and the 3 little dog Travises.
They were so cute. I bet it was fun to play with them on set.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I loved how they ended it with the dog puppies taking over the models.
Oh, I love that
That was
too.
my
Oh, yeah, that was
favorite.
cute.
Yeah.
Giant
okay.
puppies.
Adorable.
A great ending to another great episode of Cougar Town.
Yes.
All right. I think that's going to be all for us this week. Thank you so much for downloading the podcast.
You don't want to do predictions?
Oh, yeah, let's do predictions.
Can't go without predicting
You're after
what's going to happen next week. I am still waiting for Lori to be pregnant.
Okay, is that your prediction?
Okay, no. I'm going to give up on that. Next week, well, you know what? I'm predicting that Tom actually meets someone by the end of the season. That made me think about Tom a little bit more. This one, because it made me kind of sad to see him like play with those dolls. You know, it makes me, you know, like there's a emptiness and a loneliness there, and it's like I kind of hope that maybe they bring someone in. Maybe that won't work. Maybe that just won't work.
Well, see,
with
that's
the
why
storyline.
I'm like sad that Jerry is the one who wound up with Bonnie, because I'm like, Bonnie and Tom would be perfect together.
Bonnie and Tom would be perfect.
Yeah. Well, but at the same time, I won't wish ill on their new marriage. I won't
No.
say I hope they divorce so that she and Tom can be together.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm thinking there's going to be some kind of Cougar Town baby. Maybe not Jules, maybe
gotta
Ellie,
be a little
or it could
kooky.
be Lori. Like,
I
I mean,
know.
Ellie and them just had sex. Could
Can you
be
imagine?
unexpected.
I wonder if we're going to see their kid again. Their
Yeah.
mysterious kid that never shows up.
Yeah, we haven't seen Ellie and Andy's son in quite some time.
Yep.
Um,
What do you think's going to happen?
I think everyone's gonna get pregnant, and then giant dogs are gonna take over the cul-de-sac.
I would love that.
That's what I
I
think.
can't wait for that.
All right, Virginia Reyna, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Virginia Reyna.
Okay, Jenna Couture, where can the people find you?
I am on Twitter at Jenna Time Tweets.
Okay, and you can find me on Twitter at Matt Lieberman. That's MattLieberman. I'm here at AfterBuzz TV all the time. I'm going to list some of the shows. I won't remember them all. Almost Human, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We got Sherlock, Justified. Betas is ending its run this week. It's a great show. If you haven't seen it and you love great, fun, smart comedy, it's a show about people working at a startup making an app in San Francisco. It's so good. It's on Amazon Prime. You have to be a member to watch it, but you can get a free month of Amazon Prime at amazon.com/free month. Highly recommended. And I do sketch comedy. If you live in the LA area and you love sketch comedy, you can see me the first Sunday of every month at the IO West Theater on Hollywood Boulevard as a member of DJ Fawcett. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. We will be back next week. Stay frosty.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.